Hey guys, it's Elisa. I'm here today to talk about chemotherapy tips, things that'll just keep you sane while you're in chemotherapy, like things that the doctors don't necessarily tell you about, and like as one patient to the other, just things that I have heard from other patients or I have myself figured out, just ways to bear chemotherapy and to get through it. So I have on my computer, I actually organized it. So the first thing I would say that you should do when you're in chemotherapy is to buy water by the gallon bottles, and buy the big gallon bottles of water and have it by your side, have it by your bed, have it with you like when you get home from chemo, and have it near you the entire time that you get home from chemo, the whole day, the whole week, because you should drink a lot of water when you finish your chemo, when you get home, to clean out your system, and it will help you be healthier the next day when you wake up. You won't, I personally, I'm just saying for me, that's what I did, and I was healthier, I think, because of it. So keep yourself hydrated. It's super imperative, especially and more than usual, be hydrated your whole chemotherapy. So your body just is staying, things can flush out. Okay, so that's the first thing that is really important, that not every doctor, my doctors didn't mention it to me, so I did it and it completely worked. So another thing to do if you're having chemo and it's a Taxan, like a Taxol or tamoxifen or something like that, that not every doctor tells you, is to keep your feet and your hands iced during the whole procedure. Because for me, for example, on Taxol, when I did it, I kept my hands iced the whole time. I made lots of videos about it, and my feet, and I did not end up with any neuropathy. And a lot of people end up without neuropathy. Some people still get it, but it's worth to try to ice pack your hands and feet. I used just frozen vegetables for my hands that I just held, and it's only the palms that need it. And I used some cold socks from Amazon, just regular ice down with I brought a like a cooler with me. So, and the same goes if you want to keep your hair. I've been told it's very expensive to do the penguin caps for the hair, and that I've seen videos where people went and had dry ice, like sub-zero ice, and they had gel caps, and they switched them out, and this woman saved her hair, and she did it without spending the thousands of dollars that gel caps cost, and it was basically the same situation. It didn't happen to me, obviously. You can see my hair is growing back in. So those are two really important things to do, and those are three things that you should do to keep yourself healthy during chemo, and to keep, like yourself in your best condition that you can possibly be during chemotherapy. Another thing to do that's super important is to, like, before you do chemo, for example, and take care of everything you need to be taken care of. If you need Botox, if you want to, tattoo your eyebrows beforehand, go to the dentist beforehand. Take care of everything beforehand. Get all your groceries beforehand, do all your house cleaning beforehand, so that when you're in it, you just have to deal with the chemotherapy, and you don't have to deal with the cooking or the cleaning, or looking at after your hair falls out, looking at your eyebrows falling out because your eyebrows are tattooed on like mine are, and that's just some things to do, like preparation for chemo. You should prepare yourself, is what the point is, because it's don't go there blind, and don't go into it without organizing your mind and your home. It's important, and stocking your fridge and doing all that you need to do. So do that all beforehand. Another thing that's really important to do beforehand that not every single doctor tells you is chemo can bring out cold sores in your mouth to a lot of people. Now, I'm prone to cold sores. I get them. So I spoke to my doctor about that, and so she put me on an anti-cold sore medicine to take the entire time that I was during my chemo. So along with my chemo meds, I took anti-cold sore medicines, and I never developed cold sores. So that's another thing, that is an important tip for people in chemo. Get all of those things, whatever is your underlying problem that can be worse in chemo, get it sort of taken out, let your doctor know, and just get it sorted out before you start. This is all stuff to do before you start, okay? So a few more things to do is that you see a therapist, get into a community. If you're alone, you're never, especially if you have breast cancer or something like that, there are always communities. There are always people that you can talk to. Get yourself an outlet where you can share your feelings, where you can communicate, whether it be a family member or a loved one. That's great. Sometimes it's a burden on your family member and a burden on the loved one, and it's like hard to get your thoughts out to them because you know that it hurts them. And so sometimes it's good to get a community of people who are going through it. Your hospital should have communities, your local church should have communities, your gym might have a community, and get involved. I've gotten involved in a few communities. I've gotten involved in the Live Strong community, and I've gotten involved in the support group at my hospital. And it's really, I've made friends through it. People understand what I'm going through. I understand what they're going through. It just creates a special bond, and it's really necessary. So that is something I also recommend. If you need to get on antidepressants, get on them. It's no shame for that. You know what I mean? Just do it. Talk whatever your doctors think, you know. Also, like I am saying, if you want that for a lot of patients, for myself included, cannabis is great, you know. I chose cannabis over a lot of my drugs, a lot of my pills, and I was healthy for it, and I never had a lot of the side effects that people in chemo do have, and I really do think that it was from cannabis. Doctors don't mind. If you're in California, you can do it. As long as you're not supposed to smoke it, but if you can eat the cannabis, or I smoked it too, but well, anyways, gonna knock that out. But yeah, cannabis is something that it could be good for you, and it's, if you are in California or a state where it's legal, it's very helpful with cancer patients. It gives you your appetite, and it keeps you from being sick. And then the last few things that you should do is to try and keep yourself busy. Couple more things. Keep yourself busy, move your body, and leave the house. It's so important to move the body, keep the brain and the mind busy during chemo. You are not the cancer is not you. You have to separate your mind and body from the cancer. And, by doing this, everyone has their own ways, like something that makes you feel good, something that makes you separated from the disease. But I think that really the most important thing that helped me through all of my chemo and all of my radiation and all of my cancer was moving my body, even if it just means walking outside to just feel some sunlight, move your body, because the more you move your body, the easier it is to heal and the stronger you are to fight. So that's what I think you should do. These are things that I don't think every doctor tells you. These are things I learned through myself and others. I hope they're helpful to you, and I hope you guys have I hope you have I hope that you'll find strength in your weakest hours. You'll find your most strength through the chemo. The darker it is, the stronger you'll get. So I hope that you find your strength through chemo, and that's it. Stay a warrior. Bye.